Hello and welcome once more to another day here on TryHackMe. We are doing Advent of Cyber Day number 7. Oh no, I'm speaking in Cloud Trail. So, it's another log analysis. So, I feel we had quite a lot of log stuff and blue team stuff. And I want to say I'm not really one of my key specialities to do these kind of things. I'm a far more, how can you say, red team kind of guy. Anyways, let's go ahead and try this room. I feel it's kind of long, gonna look at this. And there are actually quite a lot of questions. We can start by completing the first one. So I really hope that we're gonna get some faster questions. We should definitely begin. And at the top of the room, they are talking about monitoring AVS environments. They're also talking about CloudWatch. AVS CloudWatch is monitoring for an observability platform that gives us greater insight into the AVS environment by monitoring application at multiple levels. Sorry for that. So, I want to say I'm a bit, tired today because it's been a very difficult day in Santa's Hut. And as you can see, I'm a little leprechaun, so ho ho ho, and it is just one of those days. CloudTrail, CloudWatch that can track infrastructure and application performance. And there are some things, not really. I'm going to try and skip all the start for reading. So if you have another Windows machine again. No, it's the Linux machine, sorry. I don't know what exactly I thought. So, intro to JQ was mentioned. It is some log format that is in JSON format. So I guess that's good for now. And how can it be used? I'll take a look at the JQ transform and filter JSON data. The wheres being the wheres, the stored. They stored the shipping list from the trip to the bookstore in JSON format. Let's take a look at that. So this is just a normal format of JSON. I don't really see any reason to talk too much about this, but this is basically one object and there's a comma separating the objects, and then we have the name and the value. The name, the value, the name, the value. That's it really. So JQ takes two inputs. That's filters, what you want to use, following, what's that? Followed by the input file. We start our JQ filters with a dot. That's a dot, right? We should tell the JQ we're accessing a current input. From there, we would want to access the array of values stored in JSON with the array signs, like that. Making our filter, for example, let's run the following command. Boom. So it's going to say, get all the book lists, and they're going to give us the book lists. Yeah. So it's like a way of asking for stuff through this JQ program. So I'm pretty sure that there is something called JQ right here. There is. And I don't know if we can just say JQ and type the exact same thing. I don't think we can, because we probably need to have some sort of list or something like that. Yeah. So we cannot open the file. So we need to supply it in some way, with a file, some data. And this is where we haven't done that. So once we access the array, we can grab elements from the array by choosing going a step deeper. For example, we could run the JQ command just like that. So we can say like only book titles. So that's going to take out like this only and show the value of the book title. And yeah, I guess you get the point. It's straightforward. So now that we've refreshed our knowledge with AVS CloudTrail and JQ along Mosquito, let's investigate this peculiar case of careful where's dry fonts. The responsible where for careful where Charity Drive gave us the following info regarding the incident. So send a link of 28th of November to everyone in our network that point to a flyer with the detail of the charity. The details include the account number to receive donations. We received many donations the first day after sending out the link, but there were none from the second day. I talked to multiple people who claimed to have donated a respectable sum. One showed his transactions, and I noticed the amount number was wrong. I checked the link, and I was still the same. I opened the link, and it was still the same. Sorry, I opened the link, and this digital flyer was the same except for the account number. McSkitty recalls putting the digital flyer, Werewolf bank account, QR PNG in a Amazon AVS S3 bucket name. Werewolf care for wares. Let's assist McSkitty and start by finding out more about the link. Before that, let's first review the information that we currently have investigated. So, the day after the link was sent, several donations were received. Since the second day after sending the link, no more donations have been received. A donor has shown proof of his transaction. It was made 3 days after he received the link. The account number in the transaction was not correct. McSkitty put the digital fly in AVS A3 object named, wow, that again, under the bucket, that none. The link has not been altered. So we started the machine, and Glitch did it. I guess, let's examine the CloudTrail log related to the Werewolf care for ware S3 bucket. For quick example, a typical S3 log entry looks like this. Yeah, I guess, I almost never look at log files, only, web server log files and stuff like that is something that I do look at sometimes. But, these kind of things is like, sure, some of the things does make sense, like an IP address, some regions, names, and stuff like that. But apart from that, I don't know really what it's all about. But this is some of the things that we definitely need to talk about. All right, so it might be overwhelming to see the sheer amount of information in one event, but there are some elements that we can focus on for our investigation. User identity, event time, event type, event source, event name, source IP, user agent, and request parameters. This is the things about logging stuff, is that it's always about the same 5 boring things. But anyways, let's just continue. So by using the guide above, we can read the example log entry as follows. The IAM user Werewolf collector. Is it true? Yeah. There we go. Okay. Listed all objects of the S3 bucket name called this. The IP address from which the request originated is this. The user agent indicates that the request was made using the AVS SST tool Go. I'm just trying to see if that is where I can find this kind of information, because they definitely say that. But again, I'm not really sure what to look for. I kind of rely on the information they gave us. It's not something that I would have found myself. I can not find it anyways. We don't care. Now that we know where to look, let's use JQ to filter, blah, blah, blah. So we need to go to the terminal and click this. And then we have the log right there. We have the CloudTrail and the IDS log. So now we need to do, let's start investigating the CloudTrail logs by executing the command below. So, and of course, this is a lot larger. JQ command, something about the records. We're gonna select the rows, whatever we're gonna call it. The amount of data, the objects, whatever, that is equal to using the event source of this and using a request bucket name of this, and it's gonna come from this file. So we basically just have to copy paste it, I guess, and just paste it in, run it, and now that we have done that, we see the result here. Now, of course, I do see some JSON string already that popped out in my eyes. It's something that I'm used to looking for, so I guess it's just something that glitch. It says glitch and glitch again. Yeah, we have to look through stuff. And since this is TryHackMe, we're also going to pay attention to flags just suddenly popping up somewhere, because we have literally no idea if some of the things we get right now contains some of the answers, because we have quite a lot of answers to give our reply to. Sorry for that again. Let's do a quick breakdown of the command execute. So the R tells that JQ is the output result of raw format, so that's raw, and this is the file we look in. The records is what? The records field is a top element in the JSON formatted cloud log, and all that. I think I kind of highlighted that. So now as you can see the command output, we're able to trim down a result since all the entries are S3. However, it is still a bit overwhelming since all the fields are included, and now we need to refine the output by selecting the significant fields. Execute the following commands. So the significant fields is, I guess, the username. Means that what? So they want us to. They, okay, so let's do that. Let's then open a new terminal and paste that in. And now it will only show us the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6 different kind of informations, I guess, instead of all of this jimble jumble. So as you can see, the result, we could focus on the notable items, but our initial goal is to render the output in a table to make it easy to digest. Let's update a command with additional parameters. Let's just do that now and then copy, and one more time, we're just going to open a new terminal because I have no idea whenever we're going to do something. So have an extra sign at the end. Let's do that. Command not found. Okay. Copy paste. Here. Paste it. There we go. So now that we have that, we got even more answers with more IP addresses, and that is because, and we can read about it, the new command prepends a column header row and is defined using square brackets since it is an array that corresponds to the selected fields. Now that a comma is used before the select filters to combine with one of those select filters result we previously used. Okay, so set each array the output processed after the filter as a line of tabbed values. That's great, right? And it takes the output of JQ command, resulting in tab separated values, and beautifies it. Okay, beautifies, I guess. So now we have this, and this, and since mine is not, I guess, long enough, it looks weird. The width of my window is not big, so yeah, I guess that's weird. Note, our crafted command lets us summarize Eth activities in the cloud trail. Now that we have crafted a JQ query that provides a well-refined output, let's look at the results and observe the events. Based on the columns, we can answer following questions to build the assumption. How many log entries related to where will bucket? Yeah, we definitely should be able to say like the where will care for where's and bucket name where will care for where. So that's gonna be uh, five different of those, and all of this. I don't know. I can also look at this. It's the same kind of results, but it's the same one again, just a bit more refined. Which user? I'm gonna skip to that. So um, I want to try and get done with this before it gets too late. So Max Kitty wants to know what the anomalous user account has been used for, when it was created, and who created it. Enter the command below to see all the events related to the anomalous. Okay, user. We can find our analysis in the following questions. So let's go ahead and do that. Open a new window, paste it in, and yes. And now we got all these, and the results show the user glitch mostly targeted S3 buckets. And that's because we filter from select username glitch. So we can see that it's a bit difficult to see because of the width, but I guess it's whoa. Yeah, so we can see that Ubuntu. Okay, so we can see that there are some S3 buckets there, and I guess it kind of got bad now. Let's just redo it. There we go. So we can see that there are some event names and some sources and the event time. Also the username and the source IP, but that's being pushed. So glitch and the source IP, and then we have the time and the source. So that's going to be a lot of S3. And there's some names. I guess that's going to be some of the targets as well. So notable event is console login. So we can see that. We see console login, signing in, yes. Which tells us that account being used to access the AWS management console using a browser. Okay, so this is what it tells, then that's great. We need still information about which tool and OS we use and request. So let's go ahead and run the command here down below. One more time, gonna open a new window. And I guess that's it. And whoa, and there actually we got some HTTP user agents for a Mozilla browser. It just looks like he used all. Yeah. Anyways, let's see. There's two user agents. Okay, so they extracted. It's still difficult for me to see here, but they actually tell us user agent strength for external console used in AWS doesn't provide much information. The second information provides with two pieces of interesting information. The analysis on the account was a Google Chrome browser within a Mac OS X system. So, yeah, I guess that's something we have to pay attention to. As experienced attackers can forge these values, we should not dismiss information. It can be valuable by comparing different logs and trees for the same user. Of course it can. The next interesting event to look for is who created the anomalous user account, and to find that we can execute the command down below. Okay, so let's do one more command. I have a lot of windows open, I know, I'm sorry for that, but I just need to do it this way. So it does seem like Max Kitty is mentioned all over the place. Based on the result, there are many list policy events. By ignoring these events, it seems that the most significant IAM activity is about the user Max Kitty invoking the create user action. Yeah, as I just said, it was Max Kitty. The source IP of the request made from is this one. Remember that it's the same IP the anonymous user glitch used. So that's great, I guess. Let's have a more detailed look at the event related to create user action and execute the command below. Let's take this now, and I'm sorry, not a window, but of course, we need to do that. And now, based on the request parameters of the output, it can be seen that it was user MaxKitty who created the anomalous account. So, let's see. Yeah, it does say MaxKitty right there, and create user, glitch. Yeah, so now that we need to know, now we need to know what permissions the ML user has. It could be devastating if they have access to the whole environment. Yes, it is. We need to filter for the attach user policy event to uncover the permissions set for the newly created user. This is why Windows is so disturbing, you know. Sorry, AVS log and stuff like that. And keep saying Windows, but it reminds me of Windows. So many things. This event applies access policies to the users, defining the extent of the access to the account. So let's go ahead and try that one more time. Paste it in. Okay, so we can see like administrator access. Yeah. So MaxKitty is baffled. So that's great. She knows that she did not create the MS user and did not assign privileged access. She also doesn't recognize the IP address involved. All the information is different to the typical IP addresses, and this is the problem. So MaxKitty suggests looking closely at the IP address an operating system related to all the anomalous events. Let's use the following command below to continue the investigation. So we're gonna take this command here. Once more time, open a new window. And we're gonna press enter one more time. So now that we have this, we can see that, yeah, it's a bit difficult for me to see all this, but this does say like something major malware and glitch of someone did invoke the event name of different things, accessing and stuff like that. But based on the command output, 3 user accounts MaxKitty glitch and major malware were accessed from the same IP address. The next step, it's a difficult thing for me to see. You can see that right here actually, but it's just so like pounded together that it's difficult to see what exactly is going on. So yeah, all right. So let's focus on each user. So enter the command below and replace the placeholder with a username. So we should definitely go ahead and replace the placeholder with a username. So I know that. You know what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm gonna say. Another window. Another window. Another day. So this is exactly how we feel. We're gonna do all this. So let's go ahead and say we're gonna take Max Giddy. Not exactly sure why we're doing this, but we are. Open one more time. I guess it's fast the other way. Yeah. And we're gonna take glitch. I cannot type. And guess what? Open a new terminal window. This is one of the most longer rooms, I guess, we're going to do here on Max Skitty. Got so now they have those. While gathering information for each user, we can focus on our investigation to following questions. Which IP address? Yeah, we need to answer all those questions. So we're almost done. We need to make sense of all of this. And I'm not really looking forward to it, but I guess we have to do it. Definite infinite evidence. So definite evidence say that Maxgate is just gathering stronger proof. So we have to look at the RDS logs. grep as Unix command utilize grep is a Unix command line utility used for searching strings. So basically, we need to run this command right here. And you guessed it, we're going to do another window on the RDS log so we can see all the things that do have something with insert. And the insert here is a whole lot more difficult. Now, we can see that there's a lot of inserts. And looking through all of those is going to be a tedious process, which is why we should definitely find a way to filter them, but it does seem like they all have somewhat the same, values. Not really carefulware fonts, major malware. Let's see if the only thing that changes is that name. Does seem like it. So, yeah. So as showed above, the carefulware font received all donations until it changed to a different account a specific time. The logs also revealed who received the donation afterwards. Given the account owner name with all these findings, Mosquito confirmed the assumptions made during the investigation of the S3 bucket since the sudden change in bank details reflected in the database logs. So, oh. What is the other activity made by the user glitch aside from lists objects? So now we have to, yeah. I think it's going to be very long for me to do this, but, the other activity made. It's going to be a long and tedious, exactly which commands did they activity. So I have to go search for that, I guess. It doesn't even work that way. Okay, so we're gonna have to guess, I guess, instead of list objects. So it could be list objects, root object. Is that the one? That was the one. Lucky me. What is the source IP related to the S3 bucket activity? S3. Is it the one they talk about? Because I feel it is. Yeah. Based on the event source field, what AVS service generates the console login events? What AVS service generates? Um, it's gonna be this one here. Pretty confident in that. What did the anonymous user trigger the? When did the anonymous trigger the console event? It's gonna be there. So if the line is right, let's take this. No. Let's see. List objects. Did I take the right one? I'm a bit difficult to see. Was not that one. When we have three console logins, and they say major. Oh, it's probably glitched. They want so. Let's try that. Yeah, it was glitch they wanted. I just forgot to look at the usernames. So that's glitch. Yeah. What was the name of the use that was created by the MaxGiddy user? Isn't that glitch we all talked about 20 times? What type of access was assigned to the, yeah, was administrator. I don't know if that is the way they, no, they mentioned a different way. Oh snap. Um, let's try and find this. I don't really want to minimize any of these, but was one of those kind of outputs here we got. I read the word administrator, something like that, but it's probably not this one. No, no, no. And let's see if we can find. This is where we should probably have used a bit more time to write down some results, but I just I just can't. In all honesty, I really don't. I just didn't feel like it. So, but it was something administrator something. That's the one. I guess we're about to find it. Yeah, administrator access. I guess that's the one they want. Great. Which IP does Major Malware typically use? Uh, Major Malware. So now that we have that, we need to go back and see if we could find the log file from before. I know this is horrible way of doing it, but it is the way we choose. And this is the way that I choose. Let's see if we can get the one. The one. Have it. I think this is the one IP address we need to put in. What is McSkitty's actual IP? Now, that's not the one, and we can just confirm it by trying it out and say, no, it's not the one. I knew that. McSkitty's actual IP address. It's going to be one of the last results we did. And now that I mixed it all so much together, let's see if we can remember what this is all about. So this is the something user agent that doesn't really do much to us. And it does have an IP address right there that's attached to word McSkitty. I think it is the right one, so let's take it. What is the bank account number owned by Major Malware? Let's let's close some of these now because I don't feel these are the ones we need. Hmm. Nope. This is why log analysis is kind of tedious because information is there so many different places. You really have to keep your thumb straight in your mouth all the time. It's gonna get like lost, and I'm almost lost, but I'm still hanging there, and trying to. I cannot. This is no. And this is also a no. And this is not the one. This is also not the one. Ooh, but what major malware? Okay, so this is not the one. Hmm. Think we need to get the file here. It was a transaction, yes. So your malware's account number was this one. That's what I was looking for. So I think that's correct. And I'm really happy to say that we actually went and took ourselves in our Christmas hats and said like, let's do this, and we got through it all. I definitely learned some things, but I also want to say that I have just too many commands to execute. Maybe what we needed to learn today was to pay attention to details, and definitely something that I need to work more on. But these kind of tasks are not really my favorite task. But you know what I say? I say ho 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 and see you again soon.